when Jupiter placed him at Juno's breast to suckle immortality. She rejected the child because he wasn't hers. He spilled her milk, and he made every lily of earth and every star in the heavens. I believe you call that the Big Bang. Well, in heavenly circles, we call it the Big Burp. I'm here to tell you the story of one of those lilies who became a star, the celestial Lillie Langtry. I'll be Hercules, and Lillie as well, and a few other odd characters. Just listen to the story. I am Hercules, son of Jupiter, and he wanted to be great, and he wanted to be brave, like a god like him. So was Hercules, son of Jupiter. I was made to drink of sweet Juno's milk, and I made all the lilies of earth and the stars, 'cause I burped. Now as Hercules, son of Jupiter, I was made to paint all the stars and the lilies I made by mistake. There was just one lily who became a star. That was Lillie Langtry from the Isle of Jersey. And I'll tell you the story of that star. Just wait! I wouldn't be telling you this story, but I was very fond of one of those lilies. You know the one, Lillie Langtry. They said she was the most beautiful woman in the world. It was fun watching her grow up. I always wanted to go down and play with her. I remember the song that her nanny once sang. Mignon, t'es beau, dans tout petit berceau, je caresse à nouveau tes chemins. Tu me donnes, doux amour, une chanson dans mon cœur. Ton sourire me réjouit tous les jours. Toi, petit de ma vie, tous les jours, quand tu ris, tout le ciel, toute la terre sont d'amour. Toi, mon bien, toi, mon songe, comme je t'aime, toi, mon ange, toi, mon âme, mon orgueil, mon bijou. Que veut dire ton babi? De quoi as-tu envie? Toi, le fond de bonheur, mon petit. Je t'embrasse, ma merveille, mon amour bien-aimé. Tous les joies de mon cœur sont à toi. Toi, petit de ma vie, tous les jours, quand tu ris, tout le ciel, toute la terre sont à nous. Toi, mon bien, toi, mon songe, comme je t'aime, toi, mon ange, toi, mon homme, mon orgueil, mon bijou. The Dean of the Isle of Jersey, that is Lillie's father and Lillie's mother, they were absolutely delighted to have a little girl after 5 boys. But I must say that Lillie's brothers weren't sure what they would do with a sister. What do we do with a girl? What do we do with a girl? I really think she's breakable. I really think she's sweet. It surely is debatable if she has got 2 feet. What do we do with a girl? What do we do with a girl? What if she's puddly? What if she's cuddly? What if she ruins our toys? What if she's silly? I hear she's called Lillie. Lillie? Why couldn't she be a boy? What do we do with a girl? What do we do with a girl? Tease her, bug her, change her, hug her. What do we do with a girl? What do we do with a girl? Well, I must admit that as the time went by, it was really Lillie who had most of the challenges with all those boys. Where'd they go? I don't know. All those boys, where'd they go? They've left me here. Yes, I know I'm a girl every time that I look in the mirror. But why do I feel this way? Do I want to say that my world is just too small? Please tell me I'm not alone, not the only girl who would like to see it all, do it all, have it all. Tick-tock, the game is locked and nobody else can play. Nobody but me. Sugar and spice and everything nice. That's what I'm supposed to be made of. Frogs and snails and puppy dogs' tails. There's more to me than all that. Just a wish on a lonely star. Give me one small chance, and I'll fill your world with dreams. Just give me a little time. me if you dare. Let's go. Let's go. I fell in love when I was just 14 and a half. Gonna run right up the Milky Way, gather all the stars that'll come my way. Gonna put 'em in a jar, tie 'em on a shooting star to say I love you. Gonna tie 'em up in sweet moonbeams, wrap 'em up in gentle paper dreams. Just as pretty as you please, send a message to the breeze that I love you. Oh, I can't believe that this is real. I can't believe the things I seem to feel. When I see you so close and I feel the desire, I'm on fire. Gonna run right up the Milky Way, gather all the stars that'll come my way. Gonna put 'em in a jar, tie 'em on a shooting star to say I love you. Well, mother and father, of course, disapproved. I was far too young, and they sent Arthur Jones away, but not before we had sworn eternal fidelity. And yet, I was so afraid of what time would do to all that love and all those promises. I want your hand to help me through, so I can do what I must do. I want your heart so I can know, so I can feel which way to go. I want your love, I want your trust, so I can do the things I must. I want you near, I want you close. It's when you're gone I need you most. There's so much still to learn I'll never know, and the feelings deep inside I'd never show. If I asked you just once, would it cost you too much? If I reached for your hand, would you let go? Please don't answer just now until I can learn how to forget what I feel in your touch. I'm afraid now you know that you'll soon let me go. I'm afraid that I love you too I spent the next few years with my brother Reggie. We investigated every cave in Jersey, and we fished in the oceans, and we saved up all of our pennies so we could buy a pony but subsequently won the Jersey Pony Derby. And when I was 20, my knight in shining armor came along. Edward Langtry came in his yacht to the Isle of Jersey. Some say that I fell in love with the yacht and married the man. Others say that I was just tired of my lonely island. But really, I was an incredible romantic, desperately in love with life. Somebody just like you, give me a chance or two. Kiss me once or kiss me twice, and don't give me your sage advice. Love me tender, love me true, and I'll take care of you. Well, maybe life is a jamboree, bits of broken pottery. Pick them up and glue it tight, and it could last another night. Fill it up with dreams and fun, and set it in the sun for one who's somebody just like you. What I left behind when I married Edward was Reggie, my darling brother. I made him promise to join us in London, but he refused even to come to our wedding. And so we were married in Jersey in St. Xavier's Church by my father, and very soon away we went to rural England, where Edward proceeded to squander the entire family inheritance. But I wasn't afraid. I could hardly wait for a new destiny. And although Edward was very reluctant, I could hardly wait to get to London. This is London, not a state of mind. Here in London, this is where we'll find all the dreams we're dreaming of, hearing of, thinking of, bright lights and more. I know it's here that we'll stay. You won't be sorry we'll stay. It's so much more than I've known up to this day. Look at London, what a crazy place. See the fashions, satin, silk and lace. Fancy parks and palaces, Alice's wonderland. Here it comes true. Edward will make it come true. I know that you want it too. All of the dreams that we've dreamed are real today. We'll get invitations from the gentry. We'll get invitations from the queen. After that, it's purely elementary, making sure that we are on the scene, though it's true that we're new and we're thoroughly green. Red, green, yellow, grey, I'll be painted by Millet. Look at London, London on my mind. Here in London, happiness we'll find. Lollipops and loveliness, carousels, candy canes, romance and joy. You say it isn't for you. I know that you want it too. Edward, I'll show you it's London town. I don't know what to do with this woman. I guess I never quite understood. She doesn't want to be like any other wife, perhaps. She doesn't want to be with me. I don't know what my husband wants. I think he drinks more than he should. And when he looks at me, it's not like I'm his wife. Tell me, Edward, tell me just what do you see? I see a party girl who won't listen to her husband and who won't stay home like a proper wife. Stay home? And wait for you to come home from what? From where? Drinking? Gambling? This is London, London of your dreams. This is London, London of extremes. Maybe we can learn to love love, learn to hope, learn to make miracles too. Edward will make them come true. Lillie, you cost too much too. Edward will learn to love Lillie, I'll never love. Surely we both will love London town. And then came that fateful telegram. Reggie had died in Jersey. He had fallen from his horse and was killed instantly. Tell me it's not true. Reggie, darling, tell me you're still alive. Mother Queen, you have taken far too many of my brothers in your stupid wars with India. It's not fair for Reggie to die in Jersey. It's not true. Darling brother, please come back. Take my hand, darling Reggie, please. Reggie, darling, come to London town. I'll take you to a fancy ball. There are famous people of such great renown. You'll be the darling of them all. Oh, Reggie, darling, why did you die? Why did you have to go? My darling Reggie, please come back. You know I love you so. I still can remember the days in the sun, the days in the sun and the rain. I still can remember the laughter and fun. Oh, why can't you come back again? Oh, Reggie, darling, why did you die? Why did you have to go? My darling Reggie, please come back. You know I love you so. Remember us galloping on the shore and hunting the caves in the dark, hunting till we couldn't see anymore. Oh, Reggie, it was such a lark. Oh, Reggie, darling, why did you die? Why did you have to go? My darling Reggie, please come back. You know I love you so. I know it's not true. They don't mean what they say. This telegram's not what it seems. You'll soon come to see me in London town and stay here to live out our dreams. Oh, Reggie, race me to the shore and back. You know I beat you yesterday. Today I'll race you on a real horse track. Imagine what they all will say. Oh, Reggie, let's pretend we're sailors and sailing on the seven seas. Oh, Reggie, darling, why did you die? Why did you have to go? My darling Reggie, please come back. And so Reggie was dead. Edward seemed married more and more to his bottles and his gambling tables. And the rest of the world, it all came crashing to my feet in gold and crimson and silver. Even Oscar Wilde said that I was the most beautiful woman in the world, but that my wit far exceeded my beauty. Strange. Does one have to be sad to be beautiful? All of the painters wanted to do my portrait. And even Edward, Prince of Wales, one day to be king, became my friend. And that was considered scandalous. And yet, there was that one most exquisite evening. What a lovely night! I could have made the stars to shine last night. I could have made the whole world mine last night. I could have made the comets climb. I could have made the poets rhyme. I really had a lovely time last night. I could have made the moon to glow last night. I could have made the rivers blow last night. I could have made the flowers blossom. Evidently, I was awesome. What a lovely time I had last night. The king-to-be wants a fling with me, says he'll marry me, what a joke. Says he'll change my name, bring me love and fame, a peculiar game. Mrs. Prince, Mrs. Wales, Mrs. Royal House or other, is one Windsor like another? And what would they call my mother? What a lovely night! Families of kings are just families. Crowns and jewels don't change anything. Husbands and wives are just husbands and wives. Nothing more, nothing less, all the same, I confess. I'd like to hang on to love for eternity. How can a love be so frail? All of these games really seem an absurdity. Love that's divine, can it fail? Don't you remember Cinderella and Snow White? Is a fairy tale just that and nothing more? Don't you remember they lived happily ever after? What a lovely night! Lillie is a wonder and she's only 5'6". Lillie is a spicy, dicey, scintillating mix. Lillie's a doll, she'll have it all. Love sweeps over the country, love for a lily so fair, love for a lily. The prince is so silly. What a lovely night! It seems that Bacchus has given a sign. It's time to drink some lovely wine. When you come back, Lillie Langtry is your host. When the story's over, it's Lillie we'll toast. For fairy tales are made on earth, but it's here in heaven the stars give birth. So here's a toast to the stars above, and here's to dreams, and here's to love. died, and worms have consumed them, but not for love. If I were a woman, I would kiss as many of you as had beards that pleased me, complexions that liked me, and breaths that I defied not. And I am sure, as many of you as have good beards, good faces, and sweet breaths, will for my kind offer, when I make curtsy, bid me farewell. Yes, I had to turn to acting to support myself. Prime Minister Gladstone was kind enough to tutor me in elocution. And when I took to the London stage, it seemed that everyone loved me, but perhaps only because they thought the prince loved me. And I was always looking for that one great love to sustain and inspire me. Edward seemed more in love with his bottles and his gambling tables. And the prince was a good friend, but a bit of a pretender. And Arthur Jones from Jersey, yes, perhaps Arthur. How many times can you love with all your heart? How many times can that love pull you apart? It always seems so real. You know just what you feel. You know that all of the secrets are in his eyes. Where can you put it where all that love can stay? Locked in the arms of a secret night and day. Don't try to find the key. Cherish the mystery. If you don't try like a bird, it won't fly away. Today is for love. Today is for lovers. Today, just today, is for real. So live in love's smile today for a while. Forget what tomorrow may bring. Just keep the secret wrapped up in paper dreams. Don't try to guess whether love is all it seems. Look in his eyes and see heaven's eternity. Locked in his arms, dream your dreams. Dream a dream for me. My precious little girl was born in Paris, France. If you ask the social know-it-alls, the child had at least 5 fathers. But of course, that wasn't true. You remember Arthur of Jersey? Well, I never forgot, and I never stopped loving him. Although history tends to keep our secret. The prince had a lovely house built for me in Bournemouth, and I had written under the balcony, "They say what say they, let them say." I stayed there with my little Jean-Marie as long as possible. But it was not considered appropriate for an actress to be a mother, particularly when the child was of questionable parentage. So very soon I had to send little Jean-Marie to Jersey to be raised by my parents. They taught her to call me Auntie, and she never learned the truth until she was a teenager. I don't believe she ever forgave me, and I never forgave myself. Perhaps that was the one sweet love I missed most. They never let me love you. They never let me show how much I care. They never let me love you, and day by day I tried, but didn't dare show you how much I yearned to love you day by day. They never let me love you. They never let me show how much I care. They never let me love you, and day by day I tried, but didn't dare show you how much I yearned to love you day by day. What happened? Where did it go? The times that we could find to share, could find to know. And where were you? The times I longed to tell you all I wanted to. I wanted you. They never let me love you. They never let me show how much I care. They never let me love you, and all the time I tried, but didn't dare show you how much I yearned to love you. Show you how much I yearned to love you day by day. Day by day. America became my escape. Oscar Wilde met me in New York with roses, and I fell in love with a country that seemed to fall in love with me. And I fell in love with a young bachelor, Freddie Gebhardt. How I wanted to become an American and start life all over again with Freddie. Hey, you gorgeous hunk of guy, you don't even have to try to win my heart. Offer me a piece of sky, I don't want it, just you promise that we never will part. Give me time to look at you, give me just a life or two to share your dreams. Give me time to look at you, give me just a life or two to share your schemes. I just want to hold you tight, feel you breathing in the night, and have you somehow just to hold your hand takes my fears and worries and makes me know it's all right. Give me time to look at you. Give me just a life or two to share your dreams. Give me time to look at you. Give me just a life or two to share your schemes. And Freddie and I fell in love together all over again, with beautiful California and with a lovely valley, Guenoc Valley, where vineyards reached way up to the skies behind Mount St. Helena. There we resolved to raise thoroughbred horses and make the greatest wine in the country. What a dream! Happiness is one small vineyard, joyfulness is maybe two. Just to see our vineyards growing shows me miracles come true. Somewhere in the sky is shining one great sun that smiles at me. Somewhere all the seeds I'm sowing smile up to eternity. Tell me the secret, I know it's true. Nobody knows why the sky is blue. Nobody knows why a song is in my heart. Sing a song of vines and vineyards. Sing a song of dreams come true. Maybe one small secret's knowing. Maybe I love you. I will never forget that first spring and the rich fall harvest. The apple trees blossom in springtime, the pear and the quince and the oak. The orchards and vineyards are welcoming the sunbeams and dreams they evoke. Green, green is our valley, green is the bud on the vine. Springtime has touched all the lakes and the hills with promises sweet and divine, with promises sweet and divine. In Guenoc the vineyards are dreaming of clusters of fruit rich and fine, of glories a Bacchus has seldom known to grow in the heaven of wine. Beautiful is our valley, beautiful is the vine. Come the harvest, the gift is ours, the gift of elegant wine, the gift of elegant wine. But paradise is made in heaven, not on earth. A terrible train wreck destroyed all of the horses we were bringing from the East Coast. And then my acting career took me to Chicago and Boston and New York, and farther away from Guenoc Valley, the paradise that Freddie and I liked to call our own. Not that Freddie minded going on tour with me. He rather liked my rail car, the Lillie, bright blue with golden lilies. I believe Lillie meant flirt in Sanskrit or something like that. And he also enjoyed going on tour with me. But above all, he enjoyed the company of the girls in the singing and dancing ensembles. Freddie and I grew farther and farther apart. I wrote him a song, and I wrote it in French, my second native tongue. After all, Freddie was the all-American boy. I wrote in French, perhaps so he wouldn't completely understand me. Qu'est-ce que tu penses, mon amour? Quelle distance, mon amour? Pourquoi laisses-tu les mois entre nous? Ton silence, mon amour, juste ta réponse, mon amour. Il n'y a guère que la vie dessus tout. Prenons-nous tout du ciel et du monde syrien. Prenons-nous de la vie si belle. N'attends pas pour toujours, les jours prennent leur cours. On laisse courir le lait, le miel. Mon amour, je t'attends, réponds-moi, je t'attends. Tu pourrais me donner tout douceur. Viens à moi maintenant, n'attends pas si longtemps. Tu demeures pour toujours, mon amour. Pour toujours, well, not Freddie. Forever was far too long. Edward Langtry granted me a divorce shortly before he died. By that time, Freddie was long gone. And I married Hugo de Bath, perhaps too quickly, but in a rush of emotion and the desire for a new life. And I married him in Jersey in St. Xavier's Church, where I had married Edward years before. And just as Reggie refused to come to my wedding to Edward, so did my darling daughter refuse to see me wed to Hugo. Life is a jamboree, bits of broken pottery. Pick them up and glue it tight, and it could last another night. Fill it up with dreams and fun, and set it in the sun for one who's somebody just like you. Give me a chance or two. Kiss me once, kiss me twice. Don't give me your sage advice. Love me tender, love me true, and I'll take care of you. Well, maybe I'll take care of you. Hugo and I had some very good years. After all, Hugo made me a lady when his father died and he became the Lord Hugo de Bath. I became the Lady Lillie Langtry de Bath. And the century turned, and the prince became a king. In 1906, I sold my Guenoc property, and in 1910, both the king and Freddie Gebhardt died. I told Somerset Maugham that Freddie Gebhardt was a great man because I loved him. In 1917, I gave a last really triumphant performance in New Orleans in a piece called Ashes, which was really vaudeville. And somewhere along the line, I visited a town in Texas called Langtry, reputedly named after me by a certain Judge Roy Bean. And then something extraordinary happened to help give shape to all those bits and pieces one calls a life. My darling daughter came to visit me, and she brought my granddaughter Mary, and I hugged Mary for the very first time. Mon mignon, t'es beau, ton beau petit basson, je caresse à nouveau tes cheveux. petit de ma vie, tous les jours, quand tu tout le ciel, tout le terre sont amour. Toi mon bien, toi mon songe, comme je t'aime, toi mon ange, toi mon âme, mon orgueil, mon bijou. And I gave little Mary a bicycle. And then it really became time for me to retire to Monaco, to a chateau there, which I called the Lillie. There I wrote my memoirs, and I tended my garden until 1929, when I walked into the shadows and the silence and the starlight. Memories of silver and gold, memories are dreams growing old. What did she wear? What did he say? I couldn't swear that it was that way. Ribbons, photographs, hats and confetti just for laughs. Time dusted off of a paper doll, a worn-out corsage from an opera ball, fragrances of faded ink, ticket stubs of green and pink, baby's bib, baby's shoe, Raggedy Ann all dressed in blue. Where do memories hide themselves till one day they fall from the shelves, gathered again up from the floor, till those memories are no more. To get back to Earth. Hurry! I'll just pretend I'm taking a casual walk. I thought I'd take a walk around the city block, around that little world I used to know. I stopped right at your door, don't even know what for, but something in me had to say hello. It seemed like like yesterday. I couldn't even say where all the time had gone since I was here. But something stopped my hand from ringing for you there. I don't know what it was. Maybe a tear. All of these moments are eternal. I am eternally telling this story, eternally taking this walk, eternally burping, and eternally throwing this star way up into the heavens to sit just to the left of Venus. You can see it in the morning and in the evening. You have only to look and listen to the star. If I were a woman, I would kiss as many of you as had beards that pleased me, complexions that liked me, and breaths that I defied not. And I am sure as many of you as have good beards, good faces, and sweet breaths will, for my kind offer, when I make curtsy, bid me farewell. Lily's a knockout, Lily's a dream, Lily's a dish full of peaches and cream. How can I tell you, oh, near and far, that Lillie is a star? Thank you for making those moments flee. Thanks. I enjoyed your company. So farewell and goodbye. Thank you all for new